I do see co-host. I do see that you are linked and good to go. So y'all, let me introduce you to my special co-host for today. It's somebody that we all know in these YouTube streets. Y'all, it's none other. Hold on, hold your phone now. Hold your phone. I'm trying new layouts here. This is showing me something. Hold your phone now. Let me see here. Because we are using, oh, here we go. Here we go. Hey, y'all. Hey, y'all.
Hey.
Let me make sure y'all can hear me okay. And we've got our good friend, the Low Carb Queen, joining us as a special co-host today. We're presenting some special content for you as content creators of a particular age. Indeed. This is what collaboration looks like. And so I'm super excited. And just so happens we both have on Power Red. So, hey, I put mine on because I was getting chilly in the house. So I don't know how you put yours on, Low Carb Queen. How you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
Wait a minute. I don't hear you. Hold on. Hold
on.
Me? Yes, I can hear you now. I just had my volume down.
Okay. Yeah, I said I'm fine. How are you?
I am wonderful. It's a Friday. I'm on the downside of that work day. So things are working. Things are working. Everything's working good. Thank y'all for joining us. The chat is already moving and popping. And y'all, doesn't matter if you're joining us from Low Carb Queens, welcome Matt or mine. You're here. We are the Content Creator Maker Space. We are here to collaborate and grow our channels to and through full monetization. Every episode of Shop Talk is a live Q&A for YouTube content creators. I love that. Welcome in, friends. Welcome. So y'all, as you can see, it's been one of those days, though. I do have my bright yellow thumbnail, so I just said we're rolling with it. We are rolling with it. I started working on the thumbnail. I'll finish it on the back end. Sometimes it's like that. We just want to be really clear and transparent. Sometimes it is like that in these YouTube streets. So yes, I'm just glad that it is a Friday. Y'all just don't know because Kitty K has got a lot to do over this weekend. And the first thing we want to do, the meat of the matter, is we want to do Shop Talk. This is episode 43 of Shop Talk. Our live stream, a 43rd episode of Shop Talk, featuring one of my good friends in these YouTube streets and away from these YouTube streets. It is the Low Carb Queen. And so we're going to do this Friday episode together. We're going to tag team this thing because, y'all, when you collaborate, you get to cross-pollinate your audiences and folks that aren't familiar with you, or maybe they may not be familiar with you and your content at all, get to learn the same thing about me and my content and vice versa. So I cannot encourage you enough as a content creator to collaborate and grow. And with that being said, Low Carb Queen, what has been your experience? Because this is not our first collaboration. What would you say about folks who are on the fence about collaborating with another content creator?
Well, I would definitely encourage collaboration. I mean, it's, it's about building that community building, especially if, it's the content is similar, that helps too. And, you meet great people, you build new friendships, new YouTube relationships, all of that. So you really can't go wrong overall with collaboration.
I fully agree, because as a content creator, remember that you are your brand, and absolutely no one can show up in the YouTube streets like you do yourself. So even like you said, Low Carb Queen, if your content is similar or adjacent to each other, you're kind of relatively in the same niche. I know that we are women of a particular age. We are Black women in these YouTube streets. That kind of gives us an affinity as well. But also, we are content creators. We are small and new content creators. I am just fully monetized for just a few months. You have had 4 channels. Is that 4, right? 4?
3, just 3.
Well, honey, it's way more than I have. It's 2 more channels than I have. And so you have a wealth of knowledge about YouTube content creation, but still willing to learn. There's so much to learn in these YouTube streets. And so, y'all, we put heads together and we thought about, hey, let's try something on Friday. Kim is off on Fridays, and I have a lighter lift as far as my full-time work on Fridays. So we're going for it, and let's see how it goes. I really appreciate you all joining us. It's been a few days since the last episode of Shop Talk, but join us for this is episode 43 today. Join us for episode 44 on Sunday. Now, Sunday is my Sunday Sunrise edition, and cameras are optional on Sunday mornings. Kim pastors, so she'll be pastoring, but I promise you, if you come to the Sunday Sunrise edition of Shop Talk, you'll have plenty of time to attend services. I'm not going to be the one holding you back. I'm praising the Lord on a Sunday.
I know that's right.
So, we're going to get to the meat of the matter. Let me just say, let's say some hellos to those in our audiences. Hey there. We've got Gemini Diva 79 joining us. Of course, we got our good buddy Kyle in the building. Kyle's been having some technical issues, and I have too, Kyle. YouTube has had some technical issues. I've had trouble commenting on folks' videos, on their shorts. Have you experienced any of that, Low Carb Queen?
Not so much. Not lately. Well, I have that. Yeah.
I have as well, Kyle. So I'm frustrated by it because I'm like, wait a minute, I'm trying to support my other fellow content creators. I'm trying to make sure I am watching their content, absolutely, but I want to make sure they know that I have been over and checking out their content and watching. So I just want to acknowledge that what Kyle is putting in the chat is true, because I have experienced some of that on my own. Kyle says he has a backup channel. Some people do use a backup channel. Kitty K has trouble just with my one channel. So I don't have time to pursue a backup channel. I have wanted to do that, and it's on my to-do list, but not right now. Not right now.
Yeah. Yes. I have 3 and I have 1 in the making, but I promised myself that I wouldn't start that 4th one until this channel is monetized. I kind of went, my other one was a faceless channel. And so I just kind of put that on the back burner after we, had conversations through Shop Talk about, what was that, about the shorts and the revenue from the shorts and yada, yada, yada. So after that Shop Talk, I took a back seat to the, to the other one.
Yeah, and just real quick, we don't want to go down the rabbit hole called shorts, because that can be 12 episodes deep. But the reason why I have stepped back away from shorts, do I still do shorts? Yes, but it is not a priority for me. Why? Because Kitty K is already fully monetized, and I have over 1,000 subscribers. So if you have less than 500 subs for partial monetization, and certainly if you have if you've not reached that 1,000 that are needed for full monetization, then I think Kim and I both, Low Carb Queen and I both, would say continue to do your shorts.
Absolutely do shorts. If you're trying to get subscribers, shorts is the way to go. If you're trying to get watch hours, videos and lives are the way to go.
Thank you for the long and the short of it. Thanks for putting that concisely for everybody. Thank you. So what Kim just said, what Low Carb Queen just said, as far as what you should be pushing at this moment as a YouTube content creator, for what purposes, and just exactly as she said it. Do you see why we are collaborating, so that we can share the content for Shop Talks today? And I'm just super excited. Thank you for joining me, Low Carb Queen.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. I'm so excited. I have on my JC earrings, my Christmas earrings. Y'all can't see, I got on my Christmas shirt. I'm ready for the holiday. I'm pushing it right on through.
Christmas shirt. And I was watching Evie does retirement, I think is the name of her channel, and she had a beautiful, well, first of all, I thought she already had her Christmas trees up, trees with an S, plural, but she said, Kitty K, no, these are my fall trees. So she took her Christmas trees and decked them all out for fall and autumn with acorns and little, orange lights. Nice. Gorgeous. But then she put on her strobe light Because y'all, that's what we do on Shop Talk. We talk shop and we shout out content creators. And so I want to get you all excited for Evie Does Retirement. So she had this little strobe light like you would use if you were hunting at night, but she was hunting around up in her attic with her pull down ladder. And I have a pull down ladder attic as well. So she was up there bringing out all of her Christmas tubs.
Oh, wow.
It made for great content is what I'm trying to say. And we want to welcome in Simply Debbie Sue. Joshua is connecting from your side. So we got a great connection from your side. Low Carb Queen. Auntie Mama. Hey, Auntie Mama is joining also from your side, from your welcome mat. Okay. And y'all, you want to collaborate for Shop Talk with me, because for every moment and every minute someone is connected and enters this live stream via my co-host front door, then you will get all of those watch hour minutes, and those minutes turn into hours, and those hours turn into monetization and ad revenue once you are monetized. So we want to thank everyone for joining us. We want to welcome Coffee No Cream. We want to welcome Simply Debbie Sue. And let me just welcome all the friends in. I saw, there she is, JC Calamity Jane. And we want to welcome Shamika with Entrepreneurial Diary. She is a woman on the move, a business owner, and love her content. Y'all check her out. She is just, she's showing up authentically in these YouTube streets. So what are we talking about today? I'll show you what we're talking about today. We are looking at the perfect holiday mix. What should you be thinking about with your channel for November and December? We're in this last quarter of the year. October's out of here. And y'all, can you believe it? We are halfway through November. Y'all, it's scary, isn't it?
Yes. Yes, indeed.
Low Carb Queen, I cannot believe that I was up this morning dicing celery for my cornbread dressing. Can you believe this, that Thanksgiving is upon us?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I cannot believe it. Yeah. I saw you cooking this morning, preparing, and I was like, oh my goodness, she is up. She's in the YouTube streets early this morning.
Early this morning. I felt real good, Low Carb Queen. So I said, let me get up here. Let me make sure I have some high protein. So I boiled some eggs and I made some chicken tuna salad, because that's what I had in the pantry. I had some canned chicken and I had one little old can of canned tuna. So I made that some chicken tuna salad. And then I went ahead and diced up all of my celery because it had kind of gotten limp. You know how when it sits in the refrigerator. So I gave it a ice cube bath and burned it, crisped it right back up, and then diced it and put it in the freezer for my dressing. I sure did.
No, that's right.
I sure did.
That's how you do it.
That's how we do it. And y'all, now let's get to the meat of the matter for episode 43 of Shop Talk, Low Carb Queen. Let's talk about strategies, ways that we're going to proceed for November and December, because we hope that it helps you as content creators, those who are assembled here in the makerspace. We hope that it helps you to think about, and you hope you get some tips, some strategies that you can tweak for yourselves, or use the ones that we're talking about. We're just talking amongst ourselves as content creators, okay? Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about it. So YouTube and our good friend Chat, as in Chat GPT version 5 that dropped in early August, has recommended that we use a holiday mix. A 40, 30, 20, 10 holiday mix. So let's just kind of run through these, if you will, with me, Low Carb Queen. And let's just talk about that, because I hope that it then kind of helps you to think about what you could do for your channel as well. So we want to focus on that 40% should be, friends, your evergreen content. And for me, evergreen content that is content that is still going to be relevant, meaning highly clickable, highly searchable. Folks are going to be searching for that content right now, 1 year from now, and hopefully 10 years from now. And as a fully monetized channel, I hope that content is still going to to capture a lot of revenue and watch hours for me. Anything else you want to add to that when we think about most of the content you're creating in November, December, and in January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October? All of your content, much of it should be evergreen content.
Well, one of the things, because when when I saw that evergreen content, I had to run to my friend and say, okay, what is evergreen content? And of course, it's everything that you said. One of the things that was included on my end was the repurposed content. And I think that that's important for people who have been in the YouTube streets like myself for a long time. So immediately I went to Canva, because I've had intros, all different types of thumbnails. So I can repurpose all of those and repurpose Christmas content, so I think that's phenomenal. That's going to, especially if you're going to do Vlogmas, that's going to make your job 10 times easier if you go back and get some of those old videos that didn't get a lot of views and repurpose them.
Ooh, you bring up a very interesting point, Low Carb Queen, because this time last year, Kendi K had, y'all, I didn't even have 100 subscribers on November the 14th, 2024. I did not. I promise you, I did not even have 100 subscribers. I was doing my Christmas and November content, my subscriber appreciation each week, because I was hoping that I would drum up some interest and folks would get interested in my channel, and they did. But I still didn't get to 100 subscribers, even by the end of November. But wow, I'm over that thing now, and I'm now approaching. I'm on the road to 5K, and my next mini goal to get to 5,000 subscribers is to get to 2,000 subscribers. So I'm hoping to do that. But you're right. We have so much content that has so few views on it. I love Shop Talk because it's my opportunity to just be very transparent, right? Let's just talk, amongst fellow creators. This is a safe space for fellow creators to grow. And, we all, yes, I do at this very moment have content that has 25 views on it. 8 views, 14 views. So that is good content from November and December. Kim says, repurpose that content. Now we can just add an intro to it or freshen up an intro to it, add a few minutes of new fresh to it, bring those things together. Bam, and we've got new content going out for our channel. You own the rights to all of your content. Very good point. Thank you for co-hosting. Go ahead, Kim.
Oh, I was going to say, and if you've gotten rid of it, because, on your laptop, I know on my laptop, I can't save all of that. So if you've gotten rid of it, then of course, like Kendi said, it's your content. So you can absolutely go on that particular video that you want to repurpose. There are 3 dots in the top right-hand corner. Click on that and you can download your own content, re-edit it, do over however you want to do it, and then send it back out.
Yes. And we'll talk more about repurposing and how to repurpose the way YouTube wants you to repurpose so that
Absolutely.
you don't get in trouble with YouTube. So there's a little bit more about that, but we'll talk about that in a moment. And then according to YouTube and ChatGPT version 5, they tell us and they recommend that we should do 30% of our content should be highly niche specific and should be content that you are using to help you focus on your channel community, or the communities, the niches that you rock with in these YouTube streets. Mm-hmm. I know that Kim, I'll talk a little bit about my communities because in my channel, because y'all know I'm a woman of a particular age. So I love vibing with everybody, to be clear.
Me too.
For instance, Kyle is one of my good buddies in these YouTube streets. And you gotta love Kyle because Kyle doesn't mind putting himself out there. He has co-hosted with me on this stream too many times to count. I first encountered Kyle over in another safe space, and that was with The Source. and he's always over there on the source, always putting himself out there. Consequently, he's got thousands of subscribers. And so I love that about Kyle. And then I'm also on a weight loss journey. And I am working with a registered dietitian on that weight loss journey. So in terms of thinking about the content and the content you create, make sure that you are creating content that is within your niche, with what that is interesting to you and the communities and the content that you create for, the content that you like to watch. Create content that is adjacent to that or would be relevant in those spaces, and that really highlights and shows your personality. Y'all, I am not a cook. Candy K, I just show what I cook, right? Some folks, I like to say that as a jokey joke, but Candy K, I just show what I cook. Okay, because this is the actual food that Candy K is cooking and planning on eating in her whole life, right? Some folks, they don't cook very often, because you can tell by the way that they cook it. They don't cook very often, so they're like YouTube cooks. Kitty K is not a YouTube cook. I just happen to record what I cook, and most of the times it just takes 5 ingredients or less. Hence, I have a budget-friendly and easy budget cooking playlist. So check that playlist out. Anything about that? Tell us a little bit, Low Carb Queen, about your communities that you are a part of, and tell us and how they kind of are adjacent with your niche.
Well, I am on the weight loss journey, and I was on the weight loss journey before I started the GLP-1. So I was about, trying to come up with good tasting, low carb food that, I could enjoy and that would also help in my weight loss process or my weight loss journey. And now I'm sort of moving into not just low carbs, but just eating healthier. And then when I started at the beginning of this year, the GLP, the Manjaro, that has opened up another community. And so that's really great. And, just sharing the ups and downs, the highs and lows, and how it affects people differently. And like you said, I like to, cross-pollinate, so to speak, on all the different channels that people have. It's about the community and the interesting things that come up on YouTube. I'm all for it.
Absolutely. We've got so many friends talking in the chat, saying the same things, because Low Carb Queen is on a weight loss journey, as am I. I'm at this moment not taking GLP-1s, but I sure want to pursue it. And I have visited the doctors, just to update you all, and I have to go through several little steps so that my insurance will pay for it, because y'all, I don't want to pay all that money out of my pocket every month, hundreds of dollars.
Absolutely.
And so we're trying to back end it, and so that insurance will help me to pay for those costs, keep my costs as low as possible, so I can just pay like a $20 or $40 copay monthly. That would work for me in my budget.
I know that's right. Me too.
So let's finish talking about this perfect mix for November, what remains of November and December, when we have more folks in these YouTube streets. And first of all, the ad revenue is through the roof for November and December, especially on the weekends. If you are a monetized channel, the ad revenue goes up starting Thursdays all the way through the weekend and doesn't come back down again until Monday morning. So maximize the moment. This is why it is Candy K's 1, 2, 3. Is this my third or fourth live today? Oh, this is live stream number 4 today. Yay. Okay. So YouTube says that we only need, and our good friend ChatGPT version 5 says that we only need about 20% of live streams. Tell me what your preference is, Low Carb Queen, my co-host. Do you prefer live streams or long format content?
I absolutely prefer long format content. I have, done live streams by default because it's something that you have to do to grow your channel. And, it's just not my favorite thing to do. I've I've become better. I've become, let me say, more comfortable doing it because I've been doing it more often. And of course, when we, check with chat and stuff like that, it says, if you want to grow your channel, you need to go live. So I do go live and I've become more comfortable with it. But especially when I'm cooking, I really like the video when I'm cooking because, sometimes I'm all over the place or stuff happens in the middle of cooking, when
I
you have
love your
family.
cooking. I love your cooking, love
Well,
work.
thank you. But sometimes I'm just, like I took that video, I think it was last week, I took it down. I unlisted it, let me put it that way, so that I could keep my views. But, I had to go to the garage because the lights had tripped. And so it was, somebody put in the chat, well, how far is the garage? Because it was taking me so long. So I took it down, but yeah, I prefer to have more control. So the videos where I can edit gives me a little bit more control than the lives, but I do it.
And I would say I feel like live streaming is easier for me because Low Carb Queen, in case y'all didn't know, Low Carb Queen is a pro on Canva. Okay, she does all of this. Well, it appears that you're a pro. Okay, because Canva doesn't like me. I don't like Canva either. Okay, so I don't use Canva, but you are able to do so many things. I loved your intro that you used for Vlogtober. It was gorgeous.
Thank you.
And visually and just aesthetically, the sound, and you had a little song to go with it. It was amazing. I love your intro for Vlogtober. Can't wait to see what's up your sleeve for Vlogmas. So for me, live streaming works for me. It still takes a lot of prep though. It's like, I do just need to take a picture and make this a background, right? With a pretty clean kitchen. But instead, I have to always try to make sure the kitchen is nice. Go ahead, Kim.
No, I was just going to say, but you've mastered it. You have mastered the live cooking. Okay. You definitely have mastered that. And it's very simplistic, but people love it. And it's just like aesthetically pleasing, evidently. You know what I'm saying? Because you just, you're there, you have your little holiday knickknacks or whatever my grandmother used to call them. Knickknacks. You have those there, and you're cooking, and you got the soft voice, and you're talking. And I mean, those numbers just go up, up, and up. I'm like, that is fantastic. But you mastered that. I've even tried to do it. You see, I bought my little cooking thing out. I got, because she gave me a behind the scenes hint, like, well, I love it, but we can't see what you're cooking. You need to bring it up close.
And you use the feedback, okay? Because absolutely. First of all, we're friends. On and off the YouTube streets. And I gave you my honest opinion. And I love that you started using your island, the little burner thing on top of your island. And wow, now we can see that food and we can see your face. And I love to cook because I don't have to show my face, right? Unless I try to do the 2-screen thing. And y'all, we're trying out 2 screens for the first time. So if you are using a phone, you are using the vertical stream, and I'm also showing in a landscape mode. So I don't know. It says that both of them are doing what they're doing. Yes, because it shows me now a little cell phone. Are you able to see that, Kim, next to some folks' names? Like Simply Debbie Stew is on a vertical live stream on a cell phone.
I don't see that on my end, but maybe if I go to StreamYard, let's see.
Joshua says, I can cook and bake good. It's easy and simple. Okay. So Joshua, right, tell us your preference. Joshua, do you prefer videos or live streams? Kim, I cannot believe, Kim, you are pretty amazing as a live streamer as well.
Thank you.
You tend to be able to rack up the watch time. I mean, I look up and I'm listening to you. I'm chatting it up with everyone in your chats, and it's an hour and a half, 2 hours later.
Yeah, but that's the preacher in me. You know what I'm saying? That's the preacher side. You got, once you get in and do what you got to do, it doesn't mean I'm not nervous, But once I get in it, then you know it's okay. But still, it's not a high level of comfortability, believe it or not. Same as preaching.
Me neither. Me neither, y'all. I have been live streaming now since March of 2025. So I'm still relatively new to being a live streamer. I was on YouTube for over a year, greater than a year before I ever went live for the first time. I think I forgot that I could go live, or maybe I was just too scared to go live. But I did not go live for the first year that I was on YouTube. So Sophia says, I'm scared to do a live. Sophia, I'm scared every day when I go live. Okay. So when I'm late going live, it's because I'm trying to get my nerves together. I'm trying to, make sure lighting. And I feel like right now this is dark or something. I don't know. I don't have a light just right, but we're just going to go on the name of the Lord. Anyway. So let's keep moving right along on this train. So, and then the other 10%, so we're using a 40, 30, 20, 10%. So y'all just think about what is the mix for your content on your channel. And thank you for joining us, Sophia. Thank you. Friend, I hope I'm saying your name at all right, but I just wanted to shout you out for joining us as a content creator. 10% should be short, fast, fun content. What do you feel about that? I'll let you take that one first, Kim.
Absolutely. I mean, I can't argue with that. I can't, disagree with it. I do feel like, again, this was a tip that I got from you. And I think, it was a confirmation either through chat and from you that if you're doing shorts, it depends on why you're on YouTube. If you're here just to share, yada, 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 then that's wonderful. If it's a hobby or however you want to look at it. But if you're also here to try to eventually become monetized, then you want to drive your shorts traffic to your channel. That would be my recommendation. As a matter of fact, you can do that auto highlight thing now from a long video. YouTube will automatically give you a short highlight, and that's definitely driving traffic back to your video. That's my take on it.
Absolutely. And we want to say hello to our good friend JC. She's also one of our buddies in these YouTube streets, also part of the chicken community and the GLP-1 community. And hopefully soon, she's considering goats, y'all. I'm just saying, check out her channel, check out her content. Candy K, 10 out of 10, highly recommends. JC Calamity Jane. She's our real life Calamity Jane. And I agree with you. So YouTube is now pushing out these kind of auto-created, AI-created shorts for us. And what I do with those, because to me, they're too long. Sometimes they're like 15 seconds. And then most times, though, they're like a minute and a half or something like that. There could be any length of time. And so I download them. Just like you said, to download and repurpose our content, I download them and then I upload it again right from my phone so that I can make a short using the YouTube Studio app. I can make a short of the right length. Shorts to me should be short. And because I just want to tease you real fast and make click to my long format content. So I think when you're doing this short content, make sure that that you can link it to your long format video, especially those that come from, I don't make shorts outside of my long format content. All my shorts come from my long format content. That's just me though, but everyone decides for themselves. Anything else on that one, Kim?
No, I agree.
All right. So if you disagree though, y'all drop in those comments and let us know so we can put these up. Y'all, we are the Content Creator Makerspace. And now we're going to share with you what I titled the no-fail formula. Y'all, and it's just a way for us to talk about some of these things as content creators and just things for us to consider, things for us to just our next discussion point is all that it is. So here for the very first time is the no-fail formula, and then I'll pop Kim and I back up on the screen so that we can talk about them. Here's the no-fail formula. And so just think about what is for November, the rest of November and December, what is your content creation schedule going to be like as a content creator? And here's an example of a formula. And I really did ask ChatGPT, and I got this tip from the Low Carb Queen. She always talks about having her good buddy Chat GPT spit out for her a schedule, and she tells it what her schedule parameters are, what her work days are, when she's got to be at church. So Sundays, she says, y'all know it's Sunday and I am off. It's the day of rest for her. So no content creation for her, but here is a sample of a schedule that it gave me. And notice that it is a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday schedule, right? Because I wanted to do less related to YouTube on Saturdays for sure. Y'all know I already do my Sunday sunrise edition of Shop Talk, and then that's typically it on Sundays, right? And so this is a sample schedule that it's given me. Low Carb Queen, tell us a little about what does your content creation schedule look like for a week so that you can really maximize this Blocktober and Vlogmas content for November and December.
Well, my schedule it looks probably not probably, but way more intense. Yours is very, again, simplistic, which is wonderful. I think just to back up a second, you know, I started this channel in 2020, believe it or not. And do you know when I did my first live? 2024.
What?
2024. Yes. You know, I wasn't consistent in the beginning, but I definitely, lives were just not a part of what I wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so yeah, but as far as my calendar is concerned, mine was like, you know, for example, for Vlogtober, it just kind of laid out it laid out everything from, let's see, Monday 1:30, Monday that was 9/29, at 1:30 do a meal and motivation, set a goal for the week. So that's the kind of stuff that it gave me. You know, it went day by day. Tuesday, call it Transformation Tuesday. It just laid out everything. Thankful Thursday, Fitness Friday, Cooking Saturday. And it gave me the times, the times and the schedules. It gave me a whole spreadsheet. But it just depends on, you know, I'm a very like deep, this is what I need, you know. So it'll lay it out for you. You just have to tell it what you want.
Okay, so do you feel because it had all of those days and suggestions, and they're all just suggestions, do you feel that was too much from a content creator perspective? Were you overwhelmed trying to do that schedule?
No, because like you said, it's a suggestion. You know what I mean? So I could look at it and see what I could do or what I chose to do from it. But it definitely gave me a direction to go into, a theme. You know, it definitely pointed me, you know, in that area, in the you know, the area that I needed to go, the direction, excuse me, that I needed to go to.
Okay. And taking a look at this suggested schedule, we have a question from Joshua. Joshua says, what is the average number of time, or I guess days in a week, that you devote to content creation? I'll share mine and then you can share yours. So as far as content creation, the reason why this is my 4th live stream today, because I'm going to try to go really hard on Friday. Number one, because ChatGPT suggested this, because we know that the revenue is higher through the end of the year. Now the revenue will be higher beginning late Thursdays all the way through Monday mornings. So I'm going to maximize that. And as we get closer and closer to the winter holidays, to, you know, Christmas and New Year's, I'll take more time off work. Like I'll just work a half a day of work. My full-time job. So, you know, kind of free me up. And so I plan to do my live streams, and this is why I'm doing this is my 4th live stream today. And then Saturday, I'll probably do 1 live stream on Saturday, because I don't do any live streaming on Saturday, but I'm trying to be in the YouTube streets, and I had a busy work week on my full-time job. So I wasn't in the YouTube streets. But I did put out a video about veterans And I think I'm working on another one, or did it go out? I might have had a second one this week. But my normal is to try to do 2 long format videos a week, but at least one, and do some cooking or something like that. So I know I did a live stream early. I think I did early. I don't remember, y'all. It's been one of those weeks. Kim, what's average for you?
Well, remember, I'm trying to run 2 channels. My problem is the ADHD, because if I cut my TV off and cut my phone, like not use my phones to watch anybody else's content while I'm trying to edit or something like that, then I can get something done. But the reality is YouTube is like a second job for me, because I'm always doing something. If
Yeah.
I have a 50-minute video or a couple of things, like I've gone to Family Dollar, I've gone to Dollar Tree, yada yada yada, put all of that together. Because what I try to do to make my life easier is I try to put everything together in my iPhone in iMovie, edit a little bit
Me
there,
too.
and then download that one set, that one movie, rather than to try to put all of the little clips that I have together. So when I do something like that, that's how it ends up 50 minutes. And then, it's going to take 2 hours, 2 dedicated hours, without, like I say, popping into somebody's live, watching a Hallmark movie. It's going to take 2 hours
Yes, Mark,
to,
yeah.
yes, to get the intro, to get everything, the music, and get that down to 12, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
It just takes too long.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I enjoy that. If
You
I
do.
could have, if
For
I could
sure.
have a side hustle to do editing, I would absolutely do it. It's just a turnaround time, but I do enjoy the intricacies of editing.
I can tell that you have a love for it because you're gifted in that. And you that is just one of Low Carb Queen's gifts. She has
Thank,
many gifts. She's
thank
gifted in
you.
many things. Okay. And I'm gifted in it can
Many
wait.
things as well.
It can wait till tomorrow. That's my gift. My gift is putting things off until the next day. So, y'all, a little bit. Thank you, Joshua, for the great question and talking about how we get it done in a week as a content creator. And it does feel like a part-time job, or sometimes another full-time job. But I want to shout out another creator. Mrs. Paula does retirement.
Thanks,
And
Paula.
so many already know Mrs. Paula in the YouTube streets. I know that she is a great supporter and a crew member over here on my channel as well. But she made a community post, and I read that community post and it resonated so loudly with me. Her community post said, "Hey, I know y'all been missing me in the YouTube streets, but I've been intentional not to post, not to watch anybody's content, not to comment on anybody's content, not to do anything. I was taking a break." And you know what she said she did? She said, "Because I went outside and I had a personal goal to get moving and be more active in the real streets." And she said, "I climbed a mountain, or I climbed some big hill, near her home." And she said, "That's what I wanted to do." And she said, "It may not be a big mountain to anybody else, but for me, it was a mountain. And I climbed that mountain physically. And I'll be back when I rest and recuperate." And I was proud of her for that. And there's nothing wrong with that at all.
Not at all. Not at all. Not at all.
Not at all, because getting up and get moving. So, y'all, my other Fitbit watch, it finally gave up the ghost. It wouldn't hold a charge at all. And then I remembered this is a little cheapo, and it was like maybe $10 this time last year. And I finally found it. I knew I had bought it, and this was only a little, it's like a pink blush color or something. It's the only
Mm.
color. This the only color they had left, but I purchased it. And you know what? It gives me the steps. It can answer the phone. It can read a text message, but I can't see on these little phones. So
Exactly.
I never used it for that anyway. But anyway, this is gonna make do until I can buy myself another Fitbit, because I'm not gonna make the plunge for the Apple Watch, even with my birthday money. So, but anyway, I don't know why I went down there, but yeah. So
It's
we've got one more slide left. Just one more visual to share with you as for discussion topics. Thank you all for hanging on here with us. So many are chatting it up in these YouTube streets. And we want to thank everyone for coming and joining us. So many are dropping in and doing all the things. So here's our last visual. So here is your, oh, I think I don't know if I did the right one. Let me go back one. Oh, no, that's right. So y'all keep these things in mind for November and December. So we call Vlogmas December, like we called October Vlogatober. We
Mm-hmm.
call Christmas December, the month of December, we call Vlogmas, VLOGMAS. And y'all keep in mind, sometimes don't just work smart. Don't work so hard, but just work smart. Just some careful placement of some holiday themed emojis really will just boost things up. Or adding the word holiday to your title will really put you back in the algorithm and put your content in the algorithm if you add the word Vlogmas to it, or if you add any of the seasonal emojis to it. So that will help. And then y'all, playlists. Kim, share with us a little bit how you use playlists and how you really, I talked about those great intros that you had around all of your Vlogtober content.
Well, I've actually learned from you because I've tried to make it a point, not always, to put a video in my description, or either have a a video by default in my description. Of course, you have your end title and your beginning that you can add, but I learned from you to put a playlist. I didn't know that you could put an entire playlist, because sometimes people will watch a video, and if there's one related to what they've just watched, they'll go ahead and watch the next one, rather than to have to search for it, or rather than have a video come up at the end that they're not interested in. So that was a very good tip that I picked up from you. Put the playlist in there.
And there's nothing new. Well, thank you, a low carb queen, but there is nothing new under the sun, y'all. We're just sharing the things that we're learning in these YouTube streets. I'm no more the expert than low carb queen is. She's learning from me. I'm learning from other content creators. I'm learning things from her, y'all. Because low carb queen, you did a great interview with, was it Evelyn? What was that
Yes,
queen's
yes,
name?
beautiful. I'm colored Evelyn. Yes.
Yes. Um, Evelyn and you did such a great interview earlier this week. I so enjoyed that. And then as because I watched that whole interview, when I opened my app or my YouTube app on my phone, Low Carb Queen came right up first in my YouTube feed, and you had a playlist that you posted. I think you made it into a community post, and you said, "Hey, if you want to hear more about my stories of my husband, here's a playlist featuring that." And I said, "Oh, that's gold." I said, "Oh, that Kim, she is really thinking like a YouTube content creator boss, because capitalize on the moment." And so I used to put playlists. If you check the description box of this episode 43 of Shop Talk, you will see a link to the playlist in the description box. But other content creators, I saw other content creators putting the playlist right there in the comments so folks can see it.
Mm-hmm.
And always put the word playlist in capital letters. I don't put the whole thing in capital letters, but I do put the word playlist so to let folks know that, hey, the Shop Talk playlist is available. And then make sure you pin that thing. It's something
Yes.
else that I would to pin it so that it stays at the top of the comments when folks are commenting on your videos after the live stream. So, y'all, it's just we're learning and we're sharing. That's what we do for Shop Talk. It's a virtual content creator makerspace. It's with intentionality. It's a live Q&A for content creators. Auntie Mama says thank you to us both, and we thank you for joining us, Auntie Mama. I see folks cross-pollinating in the chat, and I'm going to go ahead and drop my channel link one more time as well, in case there's anyone here that wants to become a subscriber to Kendi
Mm-hmm.
K all day.
And
Y'all,
you
and
are, I'm
go
sorry, go
ahead.
ahead. You're very intentional about the details, because pinning is something, that's YouTube 101. But and you should do it like within you. If you don't get a comment within like the first, what is it, 10 minutes to 30 minutes, I can't remember what it was, but you should create your own comment and pin it. That's something, like I said, YouTube 101. But you are a master at those details. I'm like, oh, okay, I'll get to it, then I do something else. You know what I'm saying? So you have to be intentional about the details.
And I'll tell it may look like I'm being intentional, y'all. It's just that I'm trying to remember something and the more I put it right into practice, I'm more likely to remember it for the next time, Kim. That's all I would tell you. And another thing that you can do with your pinned comments, in case you don't want to put a playlist or you didn't have time, if anybody has made a good, relevant content that is related to your video, go ahead and pin that person's comment, because that is the way you honor them as a viewer, as a subscriber, possibly even a paid member of your channel if you're monetized. That just honors their comments as well. And I love to do that on community posts. And I will tell you too, a lightweight way to really grow a community on as far as your channel, your YouTube channel, is to use your community posts.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's another YouTube 101. Use the community posts. Yeah.
Yeah. And they're easy to do. I feel like, well, when I was looking at my, and we're ending here, folks, I was looking at my October analytics in YouTube Studio for the month, because it kind of spits you out a monthly report at the end of each month. And usually it takes a couple of days after the month ends before you get that report. But it said that I did it in the month of October, that I did 20 community posts. Cool. I was so super proud of myself.
Yeah, that's good.
Because I want to say that's one of the highest numbers of community posts I've done in the history of my channel. And I didn't come up with that. I picked that up from Kids from Jay, because every time she posts a long format video, she also does a community post to tell you that she has a new long format video. She's trying to get as many eyes as she can on her long format content. And it's working. It is working. And so we want to give you, thank you, first of all, Low Carb Queen, for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
For episode 43 of Shop Talk. It's my pleasure to have you join us. And I love being able to cross-pollinate our audiences and folks coming in through your front door, folks coming in through my front door, and everyone that joins us using your welcome mat, you will get those watch hours on your channel. So if you're interested in doing this, if you've never gone live before, come join me for Shop Talk, and I'll see you for the Sunday Sunrise edition. Kim, you tell us your goodbyes, and then we're out of here.
Well, thank you, first of all, again, for having me. I appreciate you so much. You are definitely a ride or die sister. Let me put it like that. So I appreciate you so much, on screen and off screen. Just the whole collab and doing things together is a blessing. I'm going to be going live tomorrow. I'm making some Christmas candy.
Okay.
Yeah. So low carb, of course. So I'll be doing that at 9:00 and
in the morning.
9 a.m. That's what I've got going on, and then trying to push out my injection 43 video tonight. I'll be working on that, trying to push that out. But thank you again for having me. I appreciate you. You are definitely a queen in the YouTube streets. And
says the queen, low carb queen.
Well, I got the queen from a content creator. Her name is I Am Tracy Lee. She's a beautiful. She was doing her lock journey. Yeah, she posts a lot on Instagram, but yeah, I got that from her, and so she's just a beautiful sister. So then I started calling everybody queen like her. But thank you. Yeah, I do too. Thank you for having me. I appreciate you so much.
Thank you
for coming in.
Thank you all for joining me for this episode of Shop Talk. Y'all join me over there with Low Carb Queen in the morning at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Eastern,
So
yes.
that's 8 a.m. Central. And if you're in the Pacific Northwest, if you're on the West Coast, that would be 7 a.m. So you get a sunrise edition of Low Carb Queen. But she's worth it. I must tell you, 10 out of 10, Candy K highly recommends. And wait just a minute. Wait just a minute. Forgot to share your channel. So there you have it.
Oh, thank you.
There is your channel. Oh, hey, Amira. We want to shout out Amira. Amira is having a birthday. So happy birthday, Amira.
Happy
Or
birthday.
Amira. I hope I'm saying that correctly. And the Low Carb Queen, thank you for joining me. And thank you for co hosting this stream with me. Y'all, goodbye for now.